once was lost in sin, but Jesus took me in, and then a little light from heaven filled my soul. He bathed my heart in love and wrote my name above, and just a little talk with Jesus made me whole. Oh, have a little talk with Jesus, tell him all about it. Oh, he will heal, he will answer by and by. You feel a little prayer, oh, then you'll know. Oh, you will find a little talk with Jesus makes it right. Sometimes my past seems real without a ray of cheer, and then a cloud of doubt may hide the light of day. The mist of sin may rise and hide the starry sky, but just a little talk with Jesus clears away. Now let us have a little talk with Jesus, tell him all about our troubles. He will heal, he will answer by and by. Now when you feel, then you'll know. Oh, you will find a little talk with Jesus makes it right. I may have doubts and fears, my eyes may filled with tears, but Jesus is the friend who watches day and night. I go to him in prayer, he knows my every care. Oh, and just a little talk with Jesus makes it right. Oh, have a little talk with Jesus, tell him all about our troubles. He will heal, he will answer by and by. When you feel, oh, then you'll know. Oh, you will find a little talk with Jesus makes it right. Oh, let us have a little talk with Jesus, tell him all about our troubles. He will heal, he will answer by and by. Now when you feel, you will know. Oh, you will find a little talk with Jesus makes it right.
Good morning. You may be seated. Welcome to the North Kingsport Church of God. I think I'm a little loud. Is it me? Am I loud? Okay. Welcome to the North Kingsport Church of God. We want to welcome our Facebookers and ask them to share and like, and our YouTubers, like and subscribe. Now I want everybody to repeat after me. You ready? These are not the permanent chairs. Okay, these are just what we're using until our chairs come in. So don't get too excited about these chairs or attached. So we have had an exciting week this week. It has been, Monday started off with a 450-mile trip to Virginia Beach with a Penske truck. And me and Caleb drove it, loaded the chairs, turned around and drove straight back. I'm getting too old for that. So you're sitting on about 200 chairs today, and that's what it looks like with 200. So isn't that neat? We remember we are in the process. The painting starts this week, and I want to, if my son Caleb is watching, I want to thank him for driving in Friday afternoon to put our new lights up. Amen. Thankful. Listen, we need to applaud all the help we've had. Our volunteers have done a great job. I look forward to telling Bishop just how much you guys have gotten done in the last 3 years, and I'm excited. The reason we don't have the new sconces up on the side walls is we'd like to paint before we put them up. So we need to pray for Barry Lee, our painter this week. Pray for our painter this week. He'll be painting. Mindy told me it has to be gray in here, so Barry and Sister Allie picked gray. So it'll be a gray color on the walls. And doesn't the new sound booth look great? Herman has just been working up a storm, and just it's coming together. Just a wonderful time in our church. For those of you that don't know it, I'm getting to see my vision come to pass. And it's all coming into place, and I'm so excited. The rock is supposed to be shipped this Tuesday, and as soon as it gets here, I'd say it's going to be on. Yeah. It's going to be on. It's going to be moving. And so, and the new chairs are supposed to be here in April. So I've been praying the Lord would light a fire under somebody to get my chairs here quicker. So that would be great. I want to recognize two ladies today before I forget. Number one, I want to recognize, and I want you to let her know how much you love her. Our wonderful Zelda had a birthday this week. Would you let her know how much you love her?
Happy birthday.
And even though Brenda wouldn't let them live stream her, she did an excellent job on Wednesday night, did she not? I knew I did good picking Brenda. I had people calling me, telling me how awesome she did. My favorite comment that I heard most was, "It didn't seem like an hour." You know you're teaching well when people say, "That wasn't that long." That means you're doing a great job, and we just value Brenda so much, don't we? Yeah. It's just amazing. We're so blessed with the people in our church. Just a great group of people to be a part of. And I'm just so thankful for what God is doing. Now, let me just admit something before you're told by 38 people that I got the date on the bulletin wrong. It was me. I've already been told 22 times in the office that I got the date wrong. And I'm not going to tell you who. I'm tempted to tell on them, but I'm not going to tell on them. But I will tell you, if you need to move furniture, don't ask Mike Brown to do it. He was helping me 1 minute, next minute I was laying flat on my back with a stack of chairs and a hand truck on top of me. Not naming no names, Mike. How many looked at your bulletin? Anybody? 2 people, okay. If you have not gotten your picture taken for the directory, please get your picture taken. It doesn't matter if you're a member or not. If you're a regular attender of our church, we want you in the bulletin so people can open the book and say, "Oh, that's who that is," right? Everybody knows who I am. If you can't afford the $20 sitting fee, let us know. We will make sure it gets taken care of. So there's no excuse not to get it done. The 26th, we're going to have Bishop J.R. Gurley, Robert Gurley, we call him J.R., will be here all the way from Virginia. He's a young man that survived the accident with my son. That night, we'll have a youth service, and then symphonic band. Touch your neighbor, say, "Neighbor." Our awesome Caleb Alley is bringing his band on March the 6th. What do we got to do? We got to house them and feed them. So I'll be looking for people to help me house these children. Last time, Mary brought 8 people into my house. She had 4 girls and 4 boys with her. You talk about, man, we still got kids in Cleveland demanding we bring them sauce burgers from Pal's after that time. So we'll have a great time together. Enjoy the symphonic band on Monday night. Let's say Monday night, March the 6th. And in my efforts to try to make sure you're there, we won't have Sunday night service that night before, just so you can come on Monday night. Is that a deal? Y'all not talking to me today. Thank you for encouraging, make me feel good today. At least Megan loves the pastor. Thank you, Megan. The Lord will bless you. I'm trying to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. Okay, I have 3 specific prayer requests I want the church to join me on this week. Would anybody help Pastor pray about 3? Number 1, we want to pray that we find a buyer for the chandeliers and the sconces. Yes. Would you agree in prayer? I'm not asking for exorbitant price, but pray that God will send us the same God that sent us the Baptist church that needed the pews that came and got them yesterday. God can send us the right people to purchase our chandeliers. Yes. And I want us to agree in prayer about that. Number 2, I want you to pray that when the chairs come in, that God will send us a buyer for the chairs that you're sitting in. Now, we were really blessed. We got them for $12 a chair. We should be able to sell them for about $20 a chair and come out close to even. Yeah. When you count the Penske truck. You have to count all the costs, diesel, but if we can sell them for $20 a piece, it would be like we rented them for free for the time we had them. Would you help? Number 3, I want you to pray and ask the Lord to send us more givers.
Yes, man.
You know, I asked y'all in the meeting that you would guys would pray about giving a gift for the church building fund, because the work is not done when we get the chairs and the carpet in. How many know there's much more to be done? I've got to replace this door here, which if the wind blows the right way with the rain, we have a flood. I mean, there's more stuff that we got to do. So would you pray about those three things? Would you come into agreement with Pastor on those three things? Yes. Now listen, if you're broke, busted, and disgusted, I'm not asking you to give $1 million.
Amen.
It's not about the amount as much as it's about the obedience. Does that make sense? Yes. By the way, how many saw the new AED back there? We are ready to pop you in the chest with jolts. If you code, we even have a doc in the house to paddle you. I'm talking about put the things on your chest. I just want to make that clear. It's going to be a great day today. Now, I know some are out of town. I know that everybody's scared to death that we might get a 1/4 inch of snow today. But I'm glad you're here. How many glad you're here today? Now, I want to take a quick test before I come off this platform. How many like the new lights?
Amen.
5 people. Okay. Oh. I'm not going to ask how many don't. How many think you'll be able to get used to chairs?
Yes.
Except for Julie. Thank you, Julie. I appreciate it. She got a haircut, y'all. Y'all see she got her hair high and tight. Now listen, before I forget, those that are signed up and ready to go for our trip to the Ark on Thursday, several things I want to tell you. Number one, if you haven't paid your entry fees to the Ark and the Creation Museum, that's about $72 a person. We've already had to pay it out to get the group rate, so it's already been paid out. You can just put on a tithe envelope, put ARK, and put that check in there. That way, it'll reimburse the church. We're already paying for the hotel rooms, $90 a night that we don't expect you to pay. But if you want to write a check for that too, I will not fight you over it. I will work with you. But we want to be here at 8 o'clock on Thursday morning. We want to get on the road so that we get there in time to enjoy the Creation Museum in the afternoon. It's going to be a blast. I will say this. We're going to be going up with the potential of thunderstorms and it being kind of warm. But the next day's high at the Ark is going to be 37 degrees. So you might want to bring your shorts for Thursday and your long handles for Friday. Just saying. Just come prepared. Don't be like Pastor Allie, who decided to go on the Cash Train in West Virginia, a place up near Marlington, West. Anybody's heard of the Cash Train? Second highest peak in West Virginia. We thought it would be fun to go the first weekend of October to see the leaves. That sounds like a good idea, right? The only problem was when we started at the bottom of the mountain, it was raining, and by the top of the mountain, there was 6 inches of snow on top of the mountain, and all we had on was sandals. May I say to you, it was cold. So prepare for both worlds on that trip, okay? We're going to have a blast. The 22 or so that's going, we're going to have a blast. Next month we're going, is it the Farmer's Daughter over in near Jones? Is that what it's called? Jesse has declared that next month the seniors are going to I'm not saying you're paying, Jesse. I'm just saying you told me we need to go to the Farmer's Daughter next month for our outing. That's my seniors good with that? Yes, if you like to eat, you'll like the Farmer's Daughters. Amen.